see if the people pop us up
Do
there.
I sound all right like right here?
Oh yeah, you sound perfect.
Okay.
That's why we do this like raw part. It goes on there. People can also see why or how we're recording, at least, if that makes sense. But
Oh
we
God, it's
are on
great. It
here.
looks
We are
good.
live. It
Yep.
looks beautiful. You look pretty.
Oh, thanks, boo. You too.
Of course, of course. But um we want to welcome everybody to episode 10 of Slam's Fist Fact podcast. This is also our first episode that is also airing raw and live on YouTube at the same exact time. But first off, Rick, how are you doing today, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. I'm super hyped. This is something we had talked about, and I'm really thrilled that we made it happen and we've actually gotten to where we can do a live show.
No, I agree. It is super super exciting. We are changing up the order just a tiny bit today on what we are doing. We had one of our viewers, Mac, give us a suggestion of what we should announce what we are drinking every every episode. So now, instead of doing that randomly during the episode, that is going to be the first thing that we do. So, Rick, what are you drinking on, sir?
So, a little bit of fun fact: Bullet, which is a distillery in Kentucky that makes bourbon, famous for it, now sells these pre-made bottles that are mixed drinks, and so you can buy Bullet Old Fashioned, Bullet Manhattan, and I have some Bullet Old Fashioned pre-mixed mixed drink in my handy dandy flask that we talked about in like episode 1 or 2 or something like that that Brandon got made for me. This is from his wedding, and it's got some Bullet Old Fashioned. So, cheers, my friend. What are you drinking?
Cheers. I have probably oh gosh, about made it overflow right there. So I am drinking probably what is one of my more favorite light beers now, and it is an Italian import beer called Peroni. I
Oh,
have started drinking the absolute crap out of these things. I
Brownies are good.
I love them. I think they are so good, and I can only find them in six packs, and they're kind of expensive.
Yeah.
So I try to buy. I go in and I buy six, and then I'm like, "Huh, I should have bought 12. And then when I buy 12, I'm like, you know what? I should have just bought $800 worth of Peroni. But no, that's what I'm
I've never
drinking.
had that thought. I've never had that thought. So,
Dude, I have. I don't know. I like it, but like I drink six of them, and then I'm like, man, they're good enough that I want to keep drinking because they don't taste like a regular light beer. They don't taste like a Bud Light or a Michelob Ultra or anything. I feel like it's got a little bit more flavor than that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. And yeah, eats that flask is hype, right?
yes, it is exactly how Rick. I love it. It is one of my favorite gifts that I gave all my groomsmen. I love it to death. Um, but I want to talk about one thing with the drinks. Is Mac sent us a picture on our Instagram channel, and she actually made the drink that we talked about last week, the Drunken Texan. And then I sent a message out to her and was like, look, I'm not responsible for the fact of it might taste like absolute shit in a single glass, right? Like I was like, we literally made it in a gallon tub. And then she never responded back to what it was. So I'm assuming since she didn't respond back, it was good enough that she became the drunken Texan.
Or I really hope they just went full on and just were like, well, we have to make it as a group ratio, so we're just gonna make the whole jug.
Exactly, maybe. I hope that's what they did. I would love that. But back to our normal stuff of what we're going to do. We're going to start doing what we are drinking at the very beginning, and then we're going to go into maybe one of my favorite parts is the this week in history slash birthday. So Rick, I will let you go first with it, sir.
Yeah, man. So I have a couple interesting ones for this upcoming week. As for those of you now that we're doing this live on Saturday, we kind of always preface some of the information for the upcoming week because the downloadable podcast will drop on Wednesday. So this upcoming week, some birthdays we have. Bronny James turns 18, and I could be wrong, but I think that might be the youngest birthday we've had on here. I don't know if I've done anyone under 18.
No, probably. I would say he's the youngest one that we've done so far.
Trevor Lawrence, quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars, turns 23. Derrick Rose, NBA point guard, turns 34. Zlatan Ibrahimovic turns 41.
The fucking machine. The machine, dude. Did you see that he was in some sort of comedy movie thing? I think he posted it on his Instagram, right? He is like, his normal soccer celebration of like hands out, like I am the next coming of Jesus type of celebration, but he is in like full Roman Spartan gear and just beat the living shit out of these people. Like single-handedly won like a war battle in some comedy. I don't know what movie it was, but I am going to find it and I'm going to watch it.
It's the biopic of Zlatan's life.
Yeah.
So he turns 41 this week. Matt Damon turns 52. Neil deGrasse Tyson turns 64. A super brilliant guy.
Yeah, smart
Lots
man.
of really crazy stuff. He broke my brain on multiple occasions. I really appreciate listening to him talk. Christoph Waltz turns 66. For those of you that might not recognize the name right off the rip, he's the bad guy in Inglourious Bastards. He makes a really good bad guy, and he's a phenomenal actor.
He was the good guy in Django Unchained, though. You could argue he was a bounty hunter, but he also saved Django. He did kill people, but like he was the good guy. I'm thinking he was the good guy. He was the good guy in that movie.
Okay, fair enough. Brian Johnson turned 75. Second singer for AC/DC. Oh my god, it almost slipped off my tongue. Like I knew what I wanted to say, but it almost got away from me.
For the Rolling Stones.
No. If my dad listened to this episode, he'd be real pissed. And then I want to backtrack. I usually try and do it in chronological order, but Tommy Wiseau turns 67. Do you know who Tommy Wiseau is, Brandon?
I do. And the only reason I know that, oh my god, what movie do I know? He made a horrible movie. Horrible director, horrible movie. And I'm trying
The Room.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what movie I saw makes fun of that. Because it's like James Franco plays like
the Disaster Artist. And it's about the making of The Room, the awful movie, and he plays Tommy Wiseau.
And he plays him so good that it's bad.
Yep.
It is horrible. No,
So shout out to Tommy Wiseau for turning 67 and making literally a cult classic, because I had never heard of it or anything. I got to UNCW and I had friends that were in the film major. They're like, this is almost like a rite of passage. You have to watch this movie because it's so bad. So I went through a viewing party. I'm talking like 20 of us in a big open space room. Just made drinks, had snacks or pizza or whatever we had that evening, and watched this awful movie.
It's bad. And then and how he acts / talks, I'm not even gonna try to impersonate how he says, but I will say, I agree. Christoph Waltz is amazing. He is
phenomenal actor.
Yes, he is amazing.
That's all I got for birthdays. Do you have any or anything?
I don't have any birthdays. I have some weekend histories, but I have lost my bottle opener. for my beer.
Not the Peronis, Brandon.
I found it. It's a black bottle opener, and I put it on my freaking book bag, and it blended in. Oh my gosh. Sorry for that one. I don't have any birthdays. I was going to do a death day, but I didn't want to do that as well. But just a quick update on it. I will do it. Fun. This week James Dean passed away in his car accident. The actor. He only made 3 movies, and I know one of them is Rebel Without a Cause. I can't name the other 2 off the top of my head.
Neither can I.
Isn't it something like a sports car named something? Isn't that a movie? Like a sports car named Desire or Desiree or something. I don't know. No, that's
You're thinking of train car named Desire.
Yeah, and that's Steve McQueen, right?
Maybe.
Yes, we're gonna go with yes. But he passed away, only making 3 movies, and goes down in like
He was
pop.
recently.
Good.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I was saying he goes down in pop culture as, you know, a very influential actor, just male symbol in general.
Absolutely, he really is who canonized the edgy male heartthrob, right? The bad boy. That's what I'm looking for. The bad boy heartthrob.
Yeah.
He completely embodied it. He said it, and then you see just the remake of it. You know, that's who Patrick Swayze was in Dirty Dancing. That's the Greasers. That's all of that kind of.
It's like Johnny Depp's character in Crybaby, the Crybaby movie. Beautiful, because he said he went and like took a lot of watched all the James Dean movies and took James Dean as influence with that. But I have a couple things. Today, actually, October 1st, in 1908, the Model T went on sale for the first time. The universal car designed for the masses went on sale. And man, in 100+ years, we have gone a long way.
Oh, it's going to be great.
What?
When people listen to this and realize that was one of my fun facts last week.
Was it really?
But that's a real thing. That's us trying to embody getting information for the week when the podcast comes out. Sometimes overlaps
to the live.
So now that we're going live, we might just start kind of doctoring things a little bit and changing that. For me, changing the time frame of This Week in History is going to start on today, like Saturdays or Fridays.
Which it did, because today's Saturday, but you did last week. We crossed over this episode because we didn't go live. Okay, well, gosh, now I'm worried that the other 2 are going to cross over.
Good. No way.
October 2nd, 1967. Thurgood Marshall was sworn as the first African-American Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, and he served all the way up until 1991 and passed away 2 years later. So he served almost all the way up until he passed away. You know, he was known for opposing discrimination, and he hated the death penalty. He was all about free speech and civil liberties, though. But he served almost 30 years on the Supreme Court, which is, I mean, I know it's a lifetime service, but that's 30 years a long time. I would have maybe retired before then.
It's a real civil service. That's one that, like, it's always a big deal when a new Supreme Court justice is appointed. But, like, they have a job that no one really should ever want. Like, you have to kind of have a real inclination to trying to serve the country, because you don't get any easy choices. Like, it's never like, you know, if you're a regular judge, on like a just a district circuit, you have some cases that are like open and closed, right? You always try and keep an open brain and serve justice, but some are pretty open and shut. I don't get that. Like, it doesn't get to the Supreme Court if it's like that.
Right. Supreme Court it's a lot. That is, I agree. I don't know what else to say about it, because I am nowhere near as smart enough to think that I can ever be on the Supreme Court. And the last one, which causes not controversy, I would say, but just we have no idea where these days came from, if that makes any sense, and I'll explain. So on the 4th of October in 1582, so we're going back a couple hundred years, the Gregorian calendar took effect in the Catholic countries, issued by Pope Gregory the 13th, stating that the day following, Thursday, October 4th, would be Friday, clearly, but it's going to become October 15th, correcting a 10-day error in the Julian calendar that happened. And so there's 10 days lost right there because they decided to switch calendars. And then we didn't adopt the Gregorian calendar, America and the UK, until 1752. So that was another 170 years before we, 160, I'm sorry. 160 years before we adopted it. So there's no telling how many days that we have actually missed in history, if that makes sense, or skipped, one would say.
Okay. Hot take conspiracy theory. Aliens pulled a Men in Black and just and wiped 10 days.
I bet there are more than 10 days wiped.
I'm saying that one instance.
Oh yeah, they were just like, nah, and then we're done with it.
In those 10 days, gone. But
Well,
by the way, when you wake up tomorrow, it's the 15th. It's not actually the 5th.
that would like what do you do? Like, do you get PTO for that time off, or like?
Yeah, I'm sure the labor unions in 1580 or 1590, whatever you said, really had a struggle on that one.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? What do you have for us today, Richard?
Okay, so this week in history, today in history, actually, October 1st, right? Roger Maris breaks Babe Ruth's record and hits his 61st home run of the season. Almost 61 years later, I thought this was really funny because the numbers, right? In 1961, Maris hit 61 home runs, and then 61 years later, Aaron Judge has now tied the record, looking to try to break that record.
What
Looking for
record?
his 62nd.
What record? It's not a
ALS
record.
home run.
No, well, the AL, not the ALS. That's a
Hey, that's
disease.
what I meant. Sorry, ALS.
Um,
The AL home run record, right?
yeah,
And it's a
but
franchise record.
it is the franchise record because 160 was held by Babe Ruth, who was a Yankee. 61 was held by Maris, who was a Yankee. And then when Judge ultimately this year hit 62, the AL home run record will still be held by a Yankee. So I understand the hype around the home run. You're breaking the AL home run record, but I feel like it's a little too hyped because you're not breaking the MLB home run record. Like, I think if somebody not on a prominent team like the Yankees, say it was just somebody on like the Oakland A's, who are a horrible franchise that their city doesn't even want them. You know, they want to leave Oakland. They had a capacity, or they had an attendance of like 4,000 people in one of their games in a stadium that can hold like 50. So Oakland doesn't want them. I feel like if you took somebody on the Oakland A's and they were chasing the AL home run record at 62, it would not be as hyped up as it is the fact that it's Aaron Judge and it's the New York Yankees. I think
I agree.
it's a great record, and I mean, he is breaking an AL because the MLB splits in half. He's breaking the AL home run record. That's awesome. Good for him. He's doing it. So far, he's a clean guy because, you know, Tatis came out this year, got in trouble for PEDs and stuff. But I don't think it should be as hyped as it is. It's cool. Good for him. But literally, it's like the people are like, there's specials about it. Like, they've cut into last Saturday they did it, and they are going to do it this Saturday too. Any college football games that have been on ESPN, when Judge comes to bat, they have cut the football game and showed his at bat, which that is way too overhyped for me.
I see what you're saying, but I feel like in a way, and I'm not a huge baseball fan. I've talked about that on the podcast. You know, I'm not some super diehard Yankee fan or baseball fan, fanatic. I do feel like growing up, the little bit I knew about baseball, it's like how they always, and I hate this because you guys can see on the live stream that I have an Eagles banner hanging behind me. I'm a big Eagles fan. But Dallas has always been called America's football team, right? I feel like Yankees are America's baseball team. You either love them, hate them. Like, the Yankees are so prominent in baseball history. So it's kind of like a passing of the torch that is 60 years in the making since, and it's a direct handoff. It's an AL record. It's the same franchise holding the record, breaking the record over and over again because it was Ruth, then Maris, then now Judge. So it's a cool passing of the torch, I feel like, for arguably the most notable baseball franchise of all time.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask somebody that's not into baseball, name me 5 MLB teams, the first
Yankees.
2 that they are going to say is the Yankees and the Red Sox. Some other people probably as notable will be like the Cubs. But other than that, it's just a crapshoot of who they're going to name. They're probably going to name the MLB team that's closest to them that they see on TV all the time, and then somebody random. But I would say for people who don't know baseball as well as like somebody that follows it, like myself, name Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs as probably the 3. I mean, they're also probably, I think they're the 3 oldest teams still around today. I don't know. I'm happy for them. I think it's cool to see records broken all the time, but
It is.
I think it's just a little overhyped for me.
I hear you. I hear you. And then my next one also happens to be sports related.
Hey,
This week in history, in 1975, the Thrilla in Manila went down, and Frazier's Corner stopped the fight at the end of the 14th round. And the way it's described in like everything when you go back to look it up, if it talks about the stoppage, is like after 14 brutal rounds, Muhammad Ali wins because Frazier's Corner throws in the towel.
he probably beat the shit out of Frazier for the first 13, and they were like, "All right, we can't hide that this man is just hurt anymore."
You know, that's one that kind of on the Muhammad Ali tangent of this is I recently saw a video and it was Mike Tyson visiting Muhammad Ali near the end of his life. You know, he's very,
Yeah.
sick, unfortunately. When you look at like the superhuman he was, then you look at him near the end of his life, it's a little sad. But one thing that always impressed me was someone like Mike Tyson, who is known for his aggression, for his ego, for all the things that just embody a super male athlete that's full of just, I'm gonna eat you alive. He always paid huge respects to Muhammad Ali. And you can see in this video him interacting with them, just getting on, talking about how he's the champ. Like,
Oh yeah, he
referencing
calls him
Ali.
champ the entire video. It's
Yes,
it's amazing to see Mike Tyson, who is maybe one of the biggest egos in just sports in general.
history.
Yeah,
Period.
like just in sports, one of the biggest egos in all of the major sports. He was like a little kid, and just had just so much respect for Muhammad Ali. It's insane.
He humbles himself immediately whenever he was in his presence. And that just has to tell you about Muhammad Ali. Someone that, because also one thing that always kind of is brought up about Mike Tyson was not just that he was some pinnacle athlete. The dude was a brilliant boxer. He was brilliant. He was one in a generation, one in multiple generation type boxers. He always talks about, anytime he's ever been asked the question, I've never seen a clip of him saying Muhammad Ali wouldn't beat him if they were both in their primes. He always says Ali would have taken it.
I mean, yeah, you have to agree with that because it's hard to bet your money against Muhammad Ali. I don't care who the fuck he's fighting.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
I mean, Mike Tyson was a big dude too. He was strong. I think Ali would beat him. But Mike Tyson, man, Mike Tyson nails just one little right hook in there. It could be over for Ali, but I think Ali was way taller than him too. Ali seemed
Yeah, Mike
pretty
Tyson's
tall.
not that tall.
Yeah. So
Well,
Muhammad Ali's 6'3".
yeah, and
I bet Tyson's like 5'11".
yeah, I believe that. I was gonna say
He's
somewhere in the
he's
5'10",
5'10".
5'11". See, I
He's
was gonna say
5'10".
5'10".
6'3" to
So,
5'10". That reach is insane.
and I believe Muhammad Ali had like a long reach for his height too. They talk about that. At least one term for it is your ape index, which is like how long your wingspan is comparative to uh, your height.
Yeah.
And I believe he had a pretty long reach for his
He was
for his
a
height.
he's
So
a very lengthy man.
it'd have been insane. I can't pretend like I would know, but I would buy a ticket.
I would pay I would
I would
pay
pay the pay per view. I
oodles
probably couldn't afford a ticket. I
oodles
couldn't
of
afford a
money.
ticket. I'd pay for the pay per
I would
view
mortgage my entire apartment complex to watch that fight. I know I'm not allowed to do that, but I would.
because it's not your.
It's not mine. I don't own it, but I would. I would. Anything else do you have, or was that's the thing?
That's my histories.
Sweet. Sweet. Those are great. I love that they were both sports related. So I want to talk about something that happened to me today.
Okay.
And it was me going to the eye doctor. It was like, I don't want to say it was a bad experience because I got contacts, I didn't get new glasses, but I got my prescription for new glasses, right? But it was really weird. I walk in and like a sign on the thing says, "Oh, still requiring mask inside the doctor's office." Whatever. I go grab one from my truck. I walk in, there's one person sitting there waiting, and then like the doctor's office, like glass windows and like a little private practice that they open, like where the secretary and the people that work there are. Like it just says only one person allowed per visit, like nobody else unless the person's visiting's under 18. So I walk in there and nobody opens it to like welcome me for me to sign in. There's no sign in sheet. There's no little bell that I can ding ding on, right? Nothing. People walk in the door and they're like, "Oh, Janice, you're next, whatever." And then somebody else walks in, and then the secretary lady like opens the door immediately and is like, "Oh, hey, what time are you here for your 12:30 appointment?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm here for a 12:15 one." So I get back up, stand in line, and then they're like, "Oh, you need to fill all this crap out." And I'm like, "All right, whatever." So I fill it out and I got like waited like 15 minutes past when my appointment was. So I guess that's my fault. I didn't just bang on the dang window or whatever, even though I was just trying to be nice and respectful inside of a doctor's office. This is the problem that bothered me, and I want your opinion on it. I'm sitting
Okay.
there, the I don't know what they're called, but like the assistant, not the main doctor, but the assistant's like taking all the pictures of my eyes, doing the little thing that blows the air in your eyes, which is absolutely horrible. I hate it every time I go to the doctor's office. And then I see my doctor, and she doesn't have closed-toed shoes on. She's wearing like flats that are like sandals. She's pretty much wearing fancy looking sandals. And I don't know what,
Burks.
huh?
Burks.
No. Like the ones you see that have all the different straps and fancy designs on them, like dressy sandals that like
Yeah.
you'd wear with like a summer dress or something. You know what I'm
Almost
talking
like a
about?
Zach Rogers.
Sure. I don't know what that is, but yes. Like a fancy sandal. It really bothered me that my doctor wasn't wearing closed-toed shoes inside of a medical office. And
I don't
like,
like.
right, it makes me want to change eye doctors.
Like I know they're not doing surgeries in there, but like I don't like it.
No, it was nasty, bro. It bothered me. And like on the upside, I did get one pair of free contacts today because I told her I didn't have any, so she let me the ones I'm wearing now, besides like the 6 months that I just ordered with them. But like I think one, it's nasty that your feet are open inside of a doctor's office that's supposed to be clean. Like if you're still requiring masks in there, like I feel like your shoes shouldn't be putting off an odor as well. Even though they weren't, but that still just bothered me. And, dude, it's nasty. It bothers me. It's just nasty. I don't want to walk into, okay, cool, same thing, smaller practice thing, right? Like so clearly this optometrist is like a private. It's not like going to the hospital, right?
Mhm.
I go to a dentist, and my dentist is just chilling wearing flip-flops. I'm going to be upset /
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I was very...
Yeah,
It
I'm gonna go
grinded
with I
my
agree.
gear, bro. It,
Let us know on the email, the DMs of the accounts. If you're in live chat, let us know in the chat. How would you feel about this? Because I'm with Reed on this.
if you're a doctor, and don't think of it as a hospital, you go just for like a regular checkup, or you go to the eye doctor or the dentist or like the
Family
dermatologist.
practice of
Yeah,
some sort.
something that is more of a private practice. And then your doctor's just got open-toed shoes on. I'm changing eye doctors. Like I like this I like this doctor a lot. She's awesome, right? Both times I've gone, I've gotten an extra free pair of contacts, like super helpful, whatever. But don't wear open-toed shoes in a freaking doctor's office, bro. That pissed me off. It didn't piss me off. It made me very uncomfortable. Yeah. And I wouldn't have to go if it wasn't for my mom and her wonderful genes. So shout out to Kathy on that one for just giving me the shittiest eyes in the entire world. Thanks, Mom. I love you. Dude, my eyes have gotten worse progressively. I started at a 0.75 like when I first got glasses, and now I'm all the way up to a 2 in one of my eyes. Yeah, dude. I can't see. It's horrible.
I have astigmatism, but luckily it's not, well, last time I was at an eye doctor, it was not bad enough. I required all the time glasses. They recommended reading glasses if I was going to do reading for long periods of time. This is back when I was a student. So they're like, if you're reading a lot, it causes headaches because your astigmatism one side's trying to correct. But it wasn't bad enough that I still have good enough vision. Like I can walk around every day. I can drive fine. I don't need help seeing.
No,
But
not me. It'd be very hard for me to read my computer screen from right here. And I'm a good 1.5 feet, 2 feet from my computer screen. The shoes frustrated me. The shoes were so bad, bro. It just frustrated me. I hated it. But I want to play. I want to get off this because I'm done talking about it. It frustrated my day. I want to play a game,
okay.
and we're gonna rock paper scissors to see who goes first.
Okay.
Just one shot, rock paper scissors, shoot, and then I'll tell you the game. All right.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So rock.
Rock.
Dude, don't go so slow.
Okay.
Just
My
rock,
bad.
paper, scissors,
Scissors.
shoot. You ready? All right. You know what? We'll do it on the count of 3. Just 1, 2, 3, shoot, and do one.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2,
1, 2,
3,
3.
go. You went way too late.
It was a lag, bro. I did it.
Yeah. I don't believe you. I am going to hold a number off screen and just choose 1 or 2. Just choose 1 or 2.
2.
Okay, it was 2. You get to go first if you want to.
No, I want to go last.
You want to go second?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, I haven't even told you the game. All right, you get to go second. I'll go first. All right. We're drafting like fantasy football, right?
Oh my God! You would find a way to screw me out of another pick.
It was your fault. I told you which one you wanted to go.
We were doing.
All right, do you want to go first? You can
Yes.
go first. All right. 5 rounds, back and forth.
Hmm?
Fast food chains. So you get 5
If I pick one,
if
get
I
zero?
can't choose it.
Okay.
And we're kind of seeing like, oh, that's a good pick, or what's going to bring, not necessarily like bring us the most money, right? But like, oh shit, I've heard of that place. One thing I will say is Starbucks and like Dunkin', places that are mostly coffee, don't count, and neither do pizza places like Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut. Other than that, it's fair game.
Okay.
And you go first with the first overall pick of the top 5 fast food.
Perfect. Whataburger.
Awesome. That was a good one. Not a lot of people outside of Texas know that one, though. I will say.
It doesn't matter. It's something you would have wanted, and
I was only taking Whataburger in round 5.
Well, I drafted a kicker round 1. What are you gonna do about it?
That's fine. I'm taking Chick-fil-A. Number 1 overall. Not number 1 overall. Round 1, pick 2. but I'm taking Chick-fil-A as my first round fast food choice.
Okay, now we got to get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah,
The first overall was kind of a spiteful pick.
And now you're like, shit, Brandon picked a ringer right there off the bat.
Ooh, he did. He did. Okay. Wendy's.
Solid.
Especially now that Wendy's has a good breakfast.
Their breakfast is good. Well then, dude, I feel like you've given me 2 in a row here. I'm taking McDonald's.
No, I purposely passed on McDonald's.
I don't know, dude. McDonald's breakfast is good. Hot cakes, their sausage, egg, and cheese, the McGriddle, the Big Mac, the dollar menu, dollar sweet tea, and we all know McDonald's Sprite hits different out of that machine.
First of all, the dollar menu is like not even a thing anymore.
I'm taking
one
McDonald's.
or two things you can get on a dollar. And no, I hear you. And don't get me wrong. Like I ate McDonald's yesterday. No hate for McDonald's, but I think for par,
Okay,
Wendy's
you're
Wendy's
good.
is better.
All right, go number 3.
I had one in my brain that just slipped. What was it?
Ooh, good. Slip.
Ooh. Hardee's / Carl's Jr. Same thing. Don't fight
It's
me.
the same thing. I wasn't going to argue with you on that. It's Hardee's and Carl Jr.'s are the exact same thing.
Yeah. If you're owned by the same parent company and you literally have the same logo, mascot, all of it, you just change the wordings.
I agree, Eats. I agree.
Sprite
McDonald's Sprite has crack in it. McDonald's is not a bad choice.
It's not a bad choice. It's just not. I don't think it's better than Wendy's when we're talking about quality of fast food chain.
I never said it had to be quality. I was just saying top 5. Like pick some fast food and see which ones are better. You're rolling around with Whataburger and Wendy's, and I got Chick-fil-A and McDonald's in my back pocket.
In my brain, Chick-fil-A, great pick. No argue that. In my brain, it's like I get my 5 for the rest of my life, and you get your 5. You can't have any of mine, and I can't have any of yours.
Ooh, I like that.
So with me,
That's
Hardee's,
solid.
Wendy's, and Whataburger, I'm sitting all right.
All right, I'm going
right.
pick round 2, pick 3 or whatever.
Round 3, pick 2.
Huh? Round 3, pick 2. Opposite way. I'm taking Taco Bell.
Oh,
Yeah.
you hit me in the heart.
Taco
You hit me in
fucking
the
Bell,
heart.
baby. That's my Whataburger pick.
You hit me in the heart on that one. I love me some Taco Bell. Oh man. Look out. I know that's another regional one.
You haven't. None of the others are well. Whataburger. Never mind. I lied.
Whataburger's regional. But so at least now I have like basically the whole South covered.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
Cookout is killer. Milkshakes on like no one else is on par. And
Fuck.
the trays for dollar value, dude, Cookout.
All right. So you got Whataburger, Cookout, Wendy's, and
Hardee's.
Got a lot of burger places in there for you, Rick.
Dude, all those places have lots of options.
I know.
When I go to Cookout, fun fact and hot take for people.
I don't get a burger.
I don't get the burger.
I don't get a burger either, dude. I get a tray plus one thing. So I get go ahead.
Strip tray, nuggets, Cajun fries,
Love
milkshake.
it. I get the chicken strip sandwich tray. So they put the chicken strips on the sandwich. Fire. I get a quesadilla and a corn dog.
Okay.
And then I add for 99 cents an extra Cajun wrap.
Okay.
And then I either, depending on my mood, I'll either get a huge tea, or I'll get a banana pudding milkshake, bro. Oh,
Huge tea. Cookout is only second to McDonald's sweet tea.
that's true.
As
And
far
it
as fast
depends.
food goes,
It depends. It can surpass it if the McDonald's you go to has like let that tea sit out for a while and it tastes more syrupy. You know what I'm talking about?
oh yeah, no, I'm talking about like if it's the best.
Oh,
of each.
if it's tier to tier, yeah, I agree. Well, now like since we're like taking things, I'm taking Bojangles. I am not letting you have Bojangles from me.
I'm out of picks, dude.
No, you're not. You've only picked
No, that
4.
was Hardee's, Wendy's, Whataburger, Cookout.
And that's it.
Oh, okay. So I still get another pick. I was fine with those four.
Yeah, no. We're doing five. We're doing
Okay,
five because I have Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Taco Bell, and now Bojangles. You've done Cookout, Whataburger, Wendy's, Hardee's. Last one.
ready for this? It's gonna blow your mind because I don't even know if you ever had it. But anyone from the north, Tim Hortons, baby.
Oh, I'm good. The Office talks shit about it. I'm good.
You don't know.
That's what I'm
Dude,
basing it off of. The Office talk crap about it.
Tim Hortons, next level. Breakfast chain, for those not familiar. Primarily breakfast chain. That's what people go for. Great food. At least really good food, in my opinion. But what you go for is the iced caps. The iced cappuccinos there. They have different flavors and mix-ins and stuff. Best coffee at a fast food place. Like I said, not hitting Dunkin', not hitting Starbucks. Best coffee.
Well, Starbucks coffee's low tier on the scale of places that have good coffee. I think Dunkin's coffee's better.
Hot coffee, maybe.
Oh, hot coffee. There's hot coffee. I'm talking specifically hot coffee. Iced coffee, Starbucks is up there with the best of them. And like drinks they get, because I get the same thing from Starbucks every time I go, and this ice thing is great. Hot coffee, Starbucks is very low tier on the list. Dunkin's better. I think McDonald's dollar coffee is better than Starbucks' hot coffee. I think McDonald's has better coffee because they make it. They like make it in the pot. Bojangles has amazing coffee. Chick-fil-A's coffee is pretty good. I think Starbucks' coffee is better than Chick-fil-A's, but I would dare say at least Bojangles and Dunkin' and McDonald's is hot coffee.
You ain't gotta flip me off over it. I get it.
Yeah, sorry, I count weird. Oh, so then, my last one. I'm torn. So anything, let's describe fast food here. If it has a drive-through, is it fast food?
Not necessarily, and I only say that because I've been to some drive-throughs that you sit in the drive-through for 45 minutes.
Oh, no. I'm talking drive-through, in, out, I pay, it comes. Because that's what's happened. Thank you, Eats. McDonald's coffee is unnecessarily good. McDonald's coffee, Rick, go to McDonald's tomorrow and just order a coffee. It's like $1.50. It is so good.
I've had their coffee, dude.
Their hot coffee is so good, bro. I love it.
Okay, we found out today that Eats is a McDonald's lover.
Yes. So I want to take Panda Express as my fifth pick.
I'll give it to you. That's a good pick.
I think I would consider that fast food. They got a fast food menu out there. I can order. I'm in and out paying, and 5 minutes I'm gone.
I eat Panda Express kind of a lot, actually. There's one near my work.
I ate it today for lunch.
I've never been inside.
There's a taqueria that has a drive-thru next to you. Oh, bro,
There's in Louisville, Kentucky, there is a chain called Indies, and it's like comfort food, like fried chicken, all your funny enough, kind of like what I attribute to like Southern food, and or / comfort food. In Indies, it has a drive-through, but you get in line, and I'm not joking, because the line, whenever the place is open, the line is wrapped out almost into the street, and you're in the drive-through for 45 minutes minimum.
That's horrible. That sounds absolutely horrible.
I've never committed to getting to the food. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, oh man, one time I almost sat through the drive-through. I had to go to the bathroom so bad I had to get out of line.
Jesus. That's absolutely atrocious. What did you bring us to the table today, if you have anything?
Yeah. So I'll let you pick. Oh, actually, I lied. No, I won't.
Got
it. I scrolled too far down into my notes for today. So I don't know if you've seen this, but there's something kind of hitting. I mean, it's a niche part of the internet, but like it's taking part of the internet by storm right now. Two individuals named Jacob.
Is it Jake Roonan and Chase Kaminsky? It
Yes.
was my thing to put with sports today. Yes, Rick. Yes. Talk
So
about it. I
they
love it. I wanted to bring up this.
so they were caught cheating in the Ohio walleye fishing tournament. They were putting weights in the fish. So at the end of a fishing tournament, for those of you unfamiliar, well, not all fishing tournaments, but for a lot of them, you weigh. You get a certain amount of fish that you actually get to present as like your attempt, right? So I think they said there was 5 fish for this tournament, and they put their heaviest 5 fish, and they found out they were loaded with weights, and it wasn't even like a, oh, you know what, I'm gonna leave a little bit of weight off the fishing line in one. It was like a lot of weight
They were
added to
big
very
ass
small
they
fish.
were like big ass lead balls. They also apparently cut other smaller fish that they caught apart and stuffed the fillets of those fish in the stomach. And they won. And
Mm-hmm.
they, I don't know, I don't think there's been a conclusion on whether or not they're going to have to back out
Oh,
or
it'll be taken
or
care of. They,
not.
they won't be able to.
But
There's
think
no
think
way.
of how much money they won $306,000 technically, if since for winning this tournament, even though they got caught cheating and clearly it's not going to stay.
Yeah.
This is the first time they've been caught of cheating, but not the first time they've been accused of cheating in
Mhm.
tournaments. There's no telling how many tournaments they have won now because they've been winning a lot of tournaments the past couple of years that are like whatever. Like it's weird that the same two people are winning every single tournament that they're in, you know.
Yeah.
And uh, it's
Okay, so
good.
fun fact, it's the why you cheat in a fishing tournament. So this is something that not people that aren't invested in the fishing scene, because I'm not really, but I'll keep an eye on it. Sometimes I have some friends that are really good at fishing. They'll take me out, and I even catch fish with them, which is saying something. But so, like Brandon just said, the top prize for this tournament was 300K. Yeah, there's buy-ins to these tournaments, and some are larger than others.
But the
There was a
buy-in is
tournament.
only probably like at least maybe at most $10,000. So you're netting
Yeah,
home like
that's not a.
290.
Yeah, but I'll say, but if you don't win, that's not an inconsiderable amount of money you're losing.
Exactly.
But so one of them, I think that someone posted, I was reading about it a little bit, and someone posted in a tournament either last year or the year before, they won like a specialty side bet that's like, okay, say like this tournament, it was your top 5 fish. There's like a side prize for largest fish of the whole tournament, like largest singular one. And one of these dudes won it, and the prize was like $150,000 boat. They just gave him a boat, like the boat was the prize, but the value was 150 grand. So if when you're at the top level of these fishing tournaments, you're talking some real money. I mean, it's no joke, and so rightfully so. Think about that. That's the prize on the line, and you have other really good fishermen internationally across the nation and across international lines that come to participate in this. And you're trying to get a shot at that top prize, and you find out the dudes that have been winning a lot recently, you finally caught them cheating.
Yeah.
Not even in a small way, loading the fish with extra weight.
Yeah, and I don't know which one of these two guys it was cuz one of these guys, they're both from Ohio. One of them is from this town that the event was taking place in. I think it was Jake Runyon or however you say his name. One of them two, I don't know which one, earlier last year failed a polygraph test that they willingly took about and people were asking them questions about fishing and stuff like that and he failed it. Uh sports, no matter what sport it is, fishing, we've talked about boxing today. Sports can get insane. This is I am not big into fit. I've probably watched like 3 Bassmasters tournaments ever in my entire life, like Rick said. But I'm all about this sports controversy. Any sporting controversy happens, I don't care what sport it is, I'm about it. I want to see it. I want to watch it and I want to know everything about it.
Like this is such a big deal. I mean, you talk
Oh,
about
it's huge.
this is a high level tournament, right? Because not every fishing tournament, not your local, fish off is gonna have this kind of prize. So think about like another major league sport. Like imagine you just won. Imagine you just like won the AL championship and you're going to the World Series, right? And then at the AL championship game, they catch the pitcher with like pine tar in his hand. And it's like they catch him, not suspected. Like they go out and they're like, "Yep, look at this," and it's on his hand. Like that's
It's like
how bad this
it's
is.
like I'm doing this. Like it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. There's been I oh yeah, the fishing thing. I wanted to talk about it so bad. I have like notes and notes and notes upon it. I was so glad that you brought this up. It's great. Oh dude, I only have two sports things that I brought to the table today. If you brought anything
Okay.
else, go for it.
Okay. I do. I have a little hypothetical. Maybe I should have went with this one first too, because the other one's
Okay.
a good segue into sports. But yeah, exactly. It's like a boxer. They take his gloves at the end, and they're like, "Oh, there's a lead weight in this glove." Um, if you had the meal prep for the rest of your life,
Hmm.
so today you meal prep, and it's the rest of your life. You only get 3 meals. I don't care what order. You can switch the order throughout your life of which order you eat them in.
All right.
Pick 3 meals to eat for the rest of your life.
So is it like three items, or can I pick like, oh, for
Dishes.
breakfast, for like
Dishes.
breakfast, I want like a Western omelet with sausage and pancakes.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I love? One has to be some sort of Mexican dish. Has to be.
All right, pick it, man. This ain't time for.
Okay. So for breakfast, because I love this, I want 4 eggs, sausage patties, toast, and 2 pancakes. I could eat that all the time. And plus I don't have to eat it all every time. Sometimes if I just want to go toast and eggs, so maybe sausage eggs, if I just want pancakes, boom. That's what I want. I want that for my breakfast. Eggs, sausage, toast, pancakes. Boom. Could eat it all the time. Lunch, I'm a sandwich man. I love sandwiches. But do I want sandwiches forever? I mean, I could probably eat sandwiches forever. Shit, I turn everything into sandwiches. Like I turn spaghetti into sandwiches sometimes. I take a piece of bread, put some spaghetti in there. Um, mm, what do I want? I'm gonna go because I can also eat this on the golf course if I'm playing golf. I want a turkey, cheese, lettuce, hot sauce, and mustard and mayonnaise sandwich, and then like a bag of Doritos. I could eat that for lunch every day. They ain't got no damn problem with that at all. And then fucking for dinner, I want some chicken, steak, and shrimp fajitas with all the sides, the tortillas, the cheese, the guac, sour cream, all of it, the fajita veggies, and I'm good. I could I could live forever with those 3 meals. Anybody out there got anything different to say about them? Speak to me after this. Well, we will throw hands
with lead weights.
with lead weights.
Okay, so I kind of in the line with you. I want foods that are a little more creative.
Right.
So my breakfast, I'm doing breakfast burritos slash breakfast tacos,
Yeah.
depending on how you want to categorize
Whatever
it.
you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So tortillas, eggs, sausage, chorizo, because I want Polish sausage is my biggest like breakfast go to. So I want that and chorizo and like the little home fries, like the potato home fries, hot sauce,
I
and I'm
love it.
good.
I love
I
some
got carbs.
cheese.
I got protein. Yeah, cheese. Absolutely.
Oh,
Sorry,
I
throw cheese
love
in
it.
there. I got it covered. Um, Ramen with
For
like real
lunch
ramen. Okay, so this is my thing.
or for whatever. You can mix them up. It doesn't
You
matter.
can eat them out of order, and I will say this right now.
Because
Some people are very different about this. I do not care what time of day it is. I don't know if it's because I've worked third shift
I get
before,
3
if because I'm a
meals.
night owl. Yeah, I get 3 meals,
I am the
dude. If I
same way.
wake up and decide,
Breakfast.
yeah, if I wake up and I want pizza or I want steak or I want ramen, that's my fucking breakfast. I
Because
don't care.
I can tell you one
Like,
thing.
I'm
I
eating it.
I can tell you one
And same
thing.
thing, breakfast burritos,
Yeah.
I'll eat it for dinner. I don't give a shit.
One hundred
That's my
percent.
food.
I have no problem waking up. I don't care if it's 8 a.m., bro. If I had some fajitas from the night before and I got steak and veggies and shit in there, best be damn,
Yo.
I'm gonna cook some eggs with that shit and I'm gonna make a good fucking breakfast burrito or taco. That's good.
So for my second meal, it's ramen with my noodles. I'm a broth guy, so I always eat it like as a soup. Meat, whether I'm gonna go ahead and say beef because I think it's easier to put beef into ramen and it hold well, some tenderloin type thing.
Chicken wouldn't be bad.
And now, okay, for any ramen lovers out there, I'm not crazy about eggs in my ramen. I'll be honest, so I'm gonna kind of skimp on that.
You're a weirdo.
Yeah, whatever. But so that, and then like some shallots, some little garnish type vegetables thrown in there, some carrots. And then for my third, dude, I'm going real country home cooking here. I'm gonna go with like a steak, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese.
I like it. No gravy. Ha ha.
That's fine.
Nah, gravy. Gotta have gravy.
I don't. I do both, but like I definitely don't need gravy on my mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes.
Right. Oh well.
That's what it is. Now that you know the only 3 meals you're ever allowed to eat again.
That's fine. I'll do that all day. I don't give a crap, bro. You give me a sandwich, like I just said, with Doritos every day, I'm thriving. I'm thriving hard. So I have 2 sports things I want to talk about, and they're not even really talky, right? One, okay. I want to make
you just want to talk at me, huh?
Huh?
One, I want to talk at me.
Yeah. One, I want to make a statement. I was really excited for a soccer game that happened today, Saturday, October 1st. Was Arsenal versus Tottenham. Winner pretty much was going to be leading the Premier League, right? And I definitely thought it was going to be Tottenham, and then they just decided not to play today. And they just lost 3-1. Like, I thought it was going to be a good game. 3-1 on nothing. Harry Kane scores on a penalty. And they got a red card, so they were playing a man down. Horrible. This is horrible. Arsenal, I have no problem with Tottenham. I hate Arsenal. I hate them so much. Not as much as I hate Liverpool, but I do not like Tottenham. Or I like Tottenham. I do not like Arsenal at all. And they're in the lead by I think 4 points or something. I hate it. And then on that fact, everybody that listens to this live today or sees the recording on YouTube later, please pray for Manchester United tomorrow. We play Manchester City, and I have never felt so confident in my life to play them, and that's being 100% honest. I think the way that we've been playing this year, we have a really good chance of beating them. But pray that I am not wrong and we just get demolished 6-1 or something. Please. We have to beat these guys. I don't want to tie. I want to fucking beat them. Just pray for me because I'll be up at 6:30 in the morning watching that fucking game. And just know by the time that y'all get up and have your breakfast, my day is either made or horrible. I don't know which one it's going to be, but just if you know me, if you know our Instagram, just reach out tomorrow about 11 a.m. your time and just text, see how I'm doing.
He's either going to be broken or he's going to be on cloud 9.
Or you're going to see me streaming and I'm going to be playing FIFA and I'm going to be beating the shit out of kids because I need some sort of validation.
Goes into my player mode, man, you and
just... Oh, dude, my player mode, my guy is kicking ass right now.
Yeah, are you going to go run up 40 goals on Man City?
Bro, I beat a little kid 13-0 the other night, and I had to feel bad. I might not have been a little kid, but man, I beat the crap out of them in FIFA.
Okay, I got a sports thing.
Sure.
I got 2. One's just a quick note though. Really excited. My teams are doing well. Ohio State's 5-0. We killed Rutgers today, and Eagles are 3-0. Last undefeated team in the NFL. I pray it continues. I definitely think we have a good chance at home against the Jags tomorrow. But, I'm just really hoping we hold that out. We go 4-0.
I thought we had a good chance against the Jags, and we lost 24-6 or some shit.
Yeah, but y'all are eh.
Our offense is horrible. We're last in the league offensively. But our defense is good. I just didn't think that Trevor Lawrence was going to do whatever the hell he did 2 weeks ago.
It's all Doug, baby. It's all Doug.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really is. And then, then we beat the Chiefs.
Yep.
Don't know how that happened. But we beat the fucking Chiefs for our first win, so whatever.
And then I'll kind of segue into my last sports thing is because it's football related, is the Tua scenario.
Well, the doctor
Dude.
got fired today.
Yes, that was part of it. Is so the neurologist that cleared him of the concussion protocol was found that he made quote unquote multiple mistakes during the concussion inspection and violated concussion protocol.
Oh, 100%. That man should not have played this Thursday.
That is crazy because of how dangerous this became.
Yeah.
No one, I don't care what team you root for, I don't care if you hate the Dolphins. No one wants to see what happened happen. It's scary. He went to the hospital,
I mean,
and all of a sudden,
he didn't move.
yeah, all of a sudden, one of the peak athletes in the sport, that's having a great season. It's basically a comeback year because they weren't sure with his last year if he really was gonna make it or break it as far as a starting quarterback in the league. Coming out doing great, and then all of a sudden everything stops on a dime, and the man has like a serious health concern.
Yeah, and it's like if you get the one concussion that he clearly got last Sunday, like they said it was a back injury, whatever. Homie got up, wobbling around, fell down to his knees, whatever. And then you go out, he's out for a couple plays. Bridgewater comes in, then he comes back, and they win the game, right? Like, still played well. And then he goes out Thursday, gets rocked, and then, like, he can't even move his hands. His hands are stuck. It's a horrible image to see. I don't want to, I'm not going to, like, even try to impersonate what it looked like, but, like, he couldn't move his hands. Then they had to come out and say that, he was, like, he took a while to become responsive on the way to the hospital. Like, he was out. He was out cold. And it's sad to see because, like, he's a competitor, right? And I don't, from my knowledge of what I know with it, the Dolphins head coach, who is super smart and pretty cool. Seems like a pretty cool dude, by the way. If him and Tua listen to the doctor and he's like, hey, I checked it out, he's all good, and then Tua looks at the coach and is like, yeah, coach, I'm good to go Thursday, why get a second opinion when this medical professional should know what a concussion is, And it's sad. I mean, he's going to lose his doctor's license more than likely, I would assume. I mean, he already got fired, and it sucks because I mean this could really, 2 concussions within 4 days of each other could really make a stronger impact than getting 3 or
one is like one, not to take anything away from the first concussion and like the hit he took there, because obviously he gets up, he's disoriented, he's dazed.
right.
I didn't talk to him obviously, so I can't speak to like his actual bearings, but like from a watcher's viewpoint, it looks clear.
Yeah.
You put him back in the game, does not seem like a good call, and then you let him play Thursday. And I get what you're saying, but I almost want to say that there's no way someone that's been around and experienced and been a part of so much football as an NFL head coach, I don't think he made the right call, and I think the coach should also. I feel like it's too much of a cop out to say the doctor said he was okay. You should have known. You should have known. And so I really
100%.
Really, I'm not saying I want his job, like I want his job taken from him or anything like that. I'm just saying like there should be some serious talking to at the very minimum about player safety and taking things a little more cautiously.
Well, the NFL's looking into it, but only God knows what that's going to do. I mean, clearly they just let this doctor go, this independent guy.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if that doctor went to the coach and was like, yo, he has a concussion, the coach was like, I really need him to play. We're trying to make the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. Then there goes the coach's job. And then besides all the other crap that the Dolphins had 2 years ago and last year with their owner, Now they got all this crap going on. They are It's a sad thing to see, and nothing to take away from Tua getting hurt because I would assume, even though he's got like a week and a half, he's probably not playing next week.
I hope not for his well-being.
Yeah,
I don't really
and
care.
he should know
Like
that
this,
too.
yes, and this transcends. Like I said, I don't care if you hate the Dolphins. I don't care if you were born and raised a Patriots fan or a Bills fan or a Jets fan or whatever you are. This goes beyond the fun rivalry of sports. This is someone's physical health and mental health down the road. Even if he makes a full physical recovery, what does this have to do with future implications of CTE and things like that? You never want to see this
No,
like
no,
happen to anyone.
yeah, and I know that this is an intense thing that we're talking about with all that, but it's like on a horrible part of not only looking at Tua's health and the mistreatment from the doctor and maybe other people in the staff. It's like bro was on a being in consideration to talk about MVP. He was more than likely leading the Dolphins to a pretty solid record to where they could maybe make a playoff push. They haven't been a threat in many years from then, and now you have Teddy Bridgewater who might come in and just ruin that. Not saying Teddy Two Gloves will ruin that, but it hurts my hot take from a couple weeks ago on the Dolphins making the playoffs. But it is what it is, and hopefully everything turns out to be okay with that. But Rick, anything else
I'm good, man.
that
Did
you
you have
have?
one more thing?
No, I'm good. Oh no, my other thing was, yes. Again, please pray for Manchester United for the love of God. Like we need every bit that we can. I need everybody's juju. Like they do in the Major League movie. If you need a chicken to sacrifice, go buy a bucket at KFC and just dump it in the trash or something. Like I don't care what you got to do. Help us out tomorrow, please, God. But anyway, I think it was a good first live stream on YouTube. We had some people come in, do the chat, which is great. We want to be interactive. But for everybody out there listening to this, thank you, Rick. We'll have to do this again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
If you have a fun fact of history, suggestion, birthday, anything, you can DM us at Slam's Fist Fact on Instagram, or if you have anything that you want to comment about the podcast, history facts, whatever, you can reach us at our Gmail at slamsfistfact@gmail.com. Just remember, though, now, because of our friend Dalton, they have to be fun and interesting. They cannot be one or the other. So thank you, Dalton, for that. But other than that, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, man. Cheers, brother, to a good first live stream.
Cheers, dude. It was great. I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. But Eats, thank you for coming in. It was awesome. We had fun. Anything else before we go? I think if I end, it's going to eventually end. Might be a little
See
bit.
y'all next